Jake and Rebecca's mugshots have finally been released, and I was sitting over here wondering, what is taking so long? It feels like it took them longer than usual to release these mugshots. But I'm looking at the pictures, and I'm mainly looking at Rebecca. It looks like she has two black eyes to me. And yeah, I do think that she's most likely getting beat up at home. But now I'm questioning, did she have some sort of cosmetic surgery? Did she get a nose job? I don't know. I've seen people get nose jobs and they have the black eyes like that. I don't think that's necessarily the case, but it's just a question that definitely comes to mind when looking at her photos. But I was honestly hoping that it was going to be a quiet Sunday. I needed to catch up on some rest. I've been working overtime on this case for like 8 or 9 days straight. If you guys support the channel, if you've been liking the videos, make sure that when you watch them, you hit that like button, share the video, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want to take your support one step further, you could always donate via Cash App or Super Thanks. That's always greatly appreciated. But I was hoping I could catch up on some rest today, and when I woke up, and I woke up late, all hell was breaking loose. We got the mugshots released. Apparently, people broke into Emmanuel's home, and they were doing house tours of the freaking crime scene. So we got that going on, and now it turns out that Rebecca has spoken to reporters from behind bars, and oh man, I was asking you guys over on X, go follow me over there if you haven't already, and I asked you guys this question on multiple videos on this channel and my other channel. I've been asking, who do you guys think is going to flip first? Now, I told you I thought that it would most likely be Jake, but most people think that it's going to be Rebecca. I told you guys that one of two things is going to happen with Rebecca. Either she's fed up with all of this and the jig is up and she's just going to come out and tell it like it is, or Rebecca is going to be a ride or die. Well, turns out that Rebecca is going to be a ride or die. She is still behind. Man, this is ridiculous. It is so ridiculous. I feel weird saying it. She's behind bars, right? She's aware of some of the stuff that law enforcement has on her, okay? She's aware that no one believes that Emmanuel was kidnapped from the Big Five parking lot. I'm sure she was home watching the videos that we were making just like you guys are watching the videos. So even though she knows that all of this evidence is stacking up against her, she's still claiming that she was knocked out in the Big Five parking lot and that Emmanuel was taken from her. And she even goes one step further to claim that Jake is a good dad. Now, we know for a fact that she's lying about the Big Five parking lot situation. She's caught on multiple security cameras. We know that Emmanuel was not kidnapped. The story was never believable. But not just that, we know for a fact that she's lying about Jake being a good dad, because look at what Jake did to his other kid. And now the guy's behind bars for murdering another child. How can you say, oh, Jake is a standout guy, he's a great dad? So Rebecca is ride or die, at least for right now, and I guarantee you that that is not the case with Jake. Jake has a lawyer, and his lawyer is not representing Rebecca for some odd reason. So maybe you won't hear from Jake. Maybe Jake won't do interviews or talk to law enforcement. Maybe his lawyer will do the talking. But I guarantee you, Jake is getting ready to throw Rebecca under the bus. He threw his last woman under the bus after hurting that child, and he's going to do it again. But let's go ahead and find out what was said in this little interview. Speaking from jail just days after being arrested on suspicion of murdering her 7-month-old son, Rebecca Haro said she still believes her baby Emmanuel was kidnapped and vowed not to stop searching for him. I gotta pause. How can you vow not to stop searching for Emmanuel when you're behind bars? Obviously, you ain't searching for a damn thing. What? What do you mean? Oh, I'm not going to stop searching for Emmanuel. You're in jail, lady. If anything, maybe you should be searching for a shank to defend yourself, because I don't think women like other women who hurt babies in the slammer, okay? When you go to the back and you get around some of those crazy ladies, I don't know if they're going to be happy about your charges. And this case is blown up, so I'm sure they're watching it on the news from behind bars. But she says that she vows never to stop looking for Emmanuel. Even before she went to jail, her ass wasn't out here looking for Emmanuel. She went on the news. She did her little interview. And then he said, and then he knocked me out. She did that, and that was it. She didn't go look for Emmanuel. Who does she think she's fooling here? But let's go forward. I will not give up. I will not give up on my baby, Haro told a Southern California news group reporter Sunday during a jailhouse interview at the Robert Presley Detention Center in Riverside. Haro, age 41, and her husband, Jake, age 32, were arrested Friday at their home in Cabazon 8 days after Rebecca reported that Emmanuel had been abducted outside a Big Five store in Yucaipa. On Sunday, Haro appeared in a blue jail jumpsuit separated from the reporter by glass and speaking through a phone line. Despite law enforcement's findings, she repeated her account of being knocked unconscious while changing her son's diaper before he was taken. When asked about claims that she had previously visited the Big Five to inquire about surveillance cameras following an alleged car burglary, Haro denied wrongdoing and shook her head. I want to be out looking for my baby, she said, appearing to cry. But investigators quickly questioned Haro's credibility. The public pointed out her tearless crying during interviews, while the Uvalde Foundation for Kids, which initially offered to help search for Emmanuel, withdrew support after the parents stopped participating in search efforts. Despite Jake's prior conviction in a cruelty case from 2018, Rebecca defended him, calling him a good dad to her 16-year-old child, their 2-year-old daughter, and Emmanuel. Rebecca stated she married Jake in 2021 and was aware of his charge, but that he would never hurt a baby. Both Rebecca and Jake have been charged with malice murder and are being held without bail. So Rebecca confirms that she knew about Jake's charges, but she says that Jake would never hurt a baby? Did you not see what happened to Jake's other kid? That's beyond hurting a baby. Jake, for the most part, killed that kid. Yeah, the kid's still alive, but the kid is in a condition to where it's never going to live a normal life. And she's still sitting here defending Jake. Behind bars, knowing damn good and well, everyone knows that Emmanuel was not kidnapped from Big Five, but she's doubling down on the story? I thought that if she went this route, that she would maybe make up a new story, make up another story or something. But no. She's sticking with the Big Five story. That has been debunked. We know he wasn't taken from Big Five. So the fact that she's still riding with this, despite there being multiple different camera angles proving that this didn't happen, it's crazy to me. But it's even crazier that she's defending Jake, like she wants the world to think that he's a great father. No, he's not. Jake is tied to multiple other cases involving kids getting hurt. Now we found out yesterday there's a whole nother case, a new case. Not the Emmanuel case, but there's another case. And now he's in jail for murdering Emmanuel. So the guy has a long history, a long track record of hurting kids left and right. Oh, but Jake's a good dad that would never hurt a baby. He would never hurt a baby? All Jake does is hurt babies. Every couple of years, this guy is hurting babies. Like I said, I was hoping that today would be a day of rest. But now freaking Rebecca done ruined my day. She got me worked up over this nonsense, making these wild claims. How dare you double down on these lies, and how dare you try to convince the world from behind your jail cell that Jake is a good guy, a good dad. Holy freaking... This is just so ridiculous that it kind of speaks for itself. So I want to hear from you guys down in the comments below. What do you guys think about this nonsense? While you're down there, though, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very, very, very soon in the next one.